Good YouTubing, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. And as always, we'd like to thank our viewers, subscribers, and our members, because without you, we're not us. So let's take a look at Mortal Kombat Classic RAIDEN. This is by McFarlane Toys, and it's available now for order. All the links are down in the basement if you want to purchase. Guys, let me know your true thoughts on this figure at the end of the video, and let me know what you think about it. But right now, let's roll them off the stand, and let's get started. Okay, so let's check out the appearance. All right, for the appearance, this is... Okay, let's go over this correctly. If you look, let's go ahead and put the pictures up. If you look at the pictures, you can see that in the game, how he looks. And then I have some more pictures coming up that's going to be more of a better touch-up. And then you can see the one like he does in Mortal Kombat 11. So looking at the figure itself, this doesn't look like Mortal Kombat 2 at all. The suit is correct on what it's supposed to look like with the white and the emblem, but this is a reuse from the Mortal Kombat 11 that McFarlane had in the past. So you're not going to get that look because you're reusing it. Even the face, if you look real closely, that is Mortal Kombat 11. His face there. That is not Mortal Kombat 2 at all. And then you see the body itself. It's more slim. His package on his body, he's supposed to be baggy. Everything's really baggy. It's real baggy by his legs. It's just not slender and slim like you see here. But that's what you get when you reuse it. Reuse the same tooling and not try to do it like the game. So this is what we get, an incorrect version of Raiden when you're supposed to make it pertain to Mortal Kombat 2. Now, if it was Mortal Kombat 11, he does have this attire in the game. And if you put it at Mortal Kombat 11, then we're on point. But right here, this is Mortal Kombat 11 and it's not 2. So let's look at it closely. So we discussed that the face, you could tell that is a reuse. I do like how the eyes are blue though. That's pretty nice. You're getting that effect of the glow effect. Not bad there. The hat looks pretty good. Grazed there. Right? The suit itself, pretty decent. That's his look. The paint scheme is okay. Not a fan of the sculpted on belt, then painted. I mean, it's sculpted around his whole waist. It's not that great. You see that? I mean, that's not good. Bleeding on paint there. Bleeding on paint there. Really, very lazy on that. And you look on the side there. It's just, that doesn't look good at all. And making this one piece, and then you do have some PVC plastic there, of course. But this is all one piece. It's sculpted on. That's not good. It needs to be two pieces. That way it can be separate from his gi here. We don't have that. Let's take a look at the face. We've seen that before. Mortal Kombat 11. This is just a reuse there. Not bad. Okay. All right. And then you look at the arms here. The paint is okay. There you go. You have the creases in the gi here, in the suit, right? Okay. There goes his wristband, right? So the wrist, the tie in the wrist is correct, but he doesn't have this on his hands. Anywhere in Mortal Kombat 2. These are not there. That's incorrect. That's not there at all, right? Okay, so the legs, I want to go back to the legs. Look at the legs. See the legs, how long and slender they are? That's not Mortal Kombat 2 at all. It's real baggy and bunchy. I mean, this is wraps and stuff, and the shoes, that looks pretty good. It's correct. But it needs to be baggy. Baggy fit, very loose. That's what it is. And this needs to be, wow, that's bad, huh? Look at this. That is, I don't know what to say about that. That's terrible. That's bad. Paint it on, and then you get a little PVC plastic dangling from this horrible, look at this. That's not that good, man. It's not that good. It's very lazy. I know he's pushing figures out, but that's very lazy on this here. Very disappointed. Even if it's Mortal Kombat 11, it's still lacking a lot of stuff. Very lazy. Very disappointed in this one, being that this is supposed to be Mortal Kombat 2. You failed miserably on this, McFarlane, for sure. But the figure does look okay for what it is, right? Give me some lightning effects, though. Let's look at those shoes. So the shoes, you're looking at, if I look at these shoes, I'm thinking Superman, Batman, just tossed on there. You can see that for sure, right? Maybe These look almost like Liu Kang legs there. If you look at it real closely, almost. Right? Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's okay. The paint's okay on it, but incorrect. And that'll do it for the appearance. Okay, I got the ruler standing there. Here we are. So it looks like the measurements is right at a little over 7.5 inches, as you can see there. Got him standing straight as I can, and there he is. He's a little right at 7.5, a little over, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, for the packaging, this is pretty basic. It's been out for a while. These figures have been out for a while. Your Scorpions, your Sub-Zero, Melinas, whatnot, Reptile. So you've seen this packaging before. Most of us have, but if you haven't, let's go over it real quick. On the face, you see Mortal Kombat Classic. That's going to be Mortal Kombat 1 logo, especially with the dragons right there under the logo. That's definitely Mortal Kombat 1. And you can see the action figure and all the accessories inside the bubble, plus the base and the diorama in the background, which is the armory for Mortal Kombat 2. Looking at the bottom, you can see where it says Raiden. That's going to be the control pad at the bottom with the lightning. That's going to be from Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade. And then the dragon logos on each side are going to be from Mortal Kombat 1. Kind of a mix there from 1 and 2, right? And if you look at the side panels, you see the open window cutout, you see the Mortal Kombat 1 dragon logo, and then the lightning coming down, which is from the arcade from Mortal Kombat 2, and McFarlane toys at the bottom. And you're going to have the same on the other side panel. If you look at the top, the age is there, McFarlane toys, and also you'll have a window cutout looking down at the figure. Let's flip it over to the back side. On the back side, you can have your 22 moving parts, and then the Mortal Kombat logo, and of course, you see Raiden and his bio there. That's going to be from the arcade. When the game is in limbo, the character's bio show up, and you can read it there, right? Take a look at that, and there's some stuff at the bottom right here. If you want to pause that and check that out yourself, you can. All right, and there's a barcode. Check that out as well. Pause it. There you go. And that will do it for the outside of the packaging. And of course, the inside of the packaging, you do have that diorama. As you can see, you can do photos with it. And it doesn't look that great, but you can still take some photos, as you can see there. Not too bad. Also, it has some flaps at the bottom. You have these little flaps here. You can open them up, take them out, and open the diorama a little wider. Not much. Let's see here. So you take it out. That's about as much as you're going to get. That's not fantastic, but you can still get decent headshots, being that it can open up just a tad bit wider. So that's not bad there, but there you have it. Little diorama. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and scale them up. You can see Katara on the back there. Got to get that large scale right. Okay, there's Raiden here. Okay, we'll throw in Liu Kang. There he is. Let's go ahead and put the ninjas in. Sub-Zero. Scorpion. Okay, and let's go ahead and put Katana Melina in as well. There we go, we got it. Okay, so you do see the size comparison. If you look at Raiden, he's in the game, he's supposed to be 7 foot tall, 7'1", somewhere around there. So he's supposed to be taller than the rest of the figures. It looks like Liu Kang is quite tall as well, so that's wrong there. I think Liu Kang is a lot shorter than Raiden, but you do get the idea looking at the scale with all the figures in there. Get that Mortal Kombat 2 vibe, right? And there you go. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories. You'll be getting an extra pair of hands, flat hands, and just the action figure base. That's it. I don't know why you can't get the lightning effects, especially for a $30 figure. That still boggles me why we're not getting effects with the single packaging, but we'll get all the head sculpts and the effects with the 2-packs. That's kind of strange. So let's take a look at the action figure base. You know I'm not a fan of them. I do not use the action figure base. I think they look funny when they're on the figures, and it just doesn't look right to me personally. But here it is. Here goes your Mortal Kombat Classic action figure base. Nice little frisbee. Right? There you go. Okay, so let's take a look at the hands. As you can see there, they fit pretty nice, flat. That's pretty much his signature stance with the hands and his fingers, the way they're positioned. We know that. So let's take a look at we'll just look at one of them because they're both the same. Nothing different. So we'll look at one pair up close, right? Okay. Here we are. There you are. So looking at the hand, if you're looking at it real closely, it looks pretty decent. You do have the impressions on the palms and fingers, and of course on the top of the hand there, right? But if you look at it closely on the top here, this was never in the game. He never had the padding on top of his hand there. He never had that. But there you see it, black paint and padding, right? So that's the hand there, but it's incorrect. That's not right. That was never there. He did have the black wrapping around his wrist, but not on the top of his hand. But there you go. The other one looks exactly the same, right? He doesn't have his fingers coming down like he's supposed to. I think when he's making that stance, he has the fingers coming down. I think it's these two. They come down and he's having that stance. So that's, I don't know why he didn't make one of the hands like that, but he did not. There you go. And that's it for the accessories. Okay, let's check out the POA, the points of articulation. All right, McFarlane, we know that his articulation is always mediocre. It's really not awesome. I would say he's never really awesome in his articulation. But let's check it out. The head is on a very loose ball and socket. It's very loose. It'll do. You do have, not as bad as the Ninjas. You do have that kind of angle cut. I don't know why they have it like that. Why is it cut at that angle? I really don't know. Is that because so you can put his head down? Make it straight and just let his head go down. Why have this cut at an angle like that? I don't understand that. Okay. So you do have your rotations, tilts, everything's good there on the ball and socket. Not bad there. Okay. You do very stiff. Warm this thing up if you can. Very stiff. The paint's dried all around it. It's not that great. Okay, so here's your latch system there, of course, and then you do have the rotation in the latch, and it's on the ball and socket inside. You do have bicep swivels there, right? I noticed that because when I was moving it, paint was just flying off of it. There you go. And then you have your double hinge as well in the arms, right? Okay. Arms, the hands, they do rotate as well, and they do have latches of their own, interchangeable, of course. And then the body itself has rotations in the lower waist there, right? And then you do have, if you have any play there, you don't have any play in the middle there. There's nothing there. Nothing to do there at all. Very stiff, right? Okay, the legs are on the click flies, right? They click there, right? And then you do have your double jointed knees. That's as far as it's going there. It's not going any farther than that. And of course, you do have these ugly feet, these Batman, Superman, Flash feet, right? Whatever the DC that he uses. They have that ugly latch right here. And then I think they sit on rockers as well. It's not rocking at all, but maybe that's not a rocker. That's just a latch and that's just a peg inside there. Yep. And then you do have the pivot in the toe as well. Yep. Very basic, very bland articulation. That's McFarlane for you. He's known for that. And there you have it for the articulation. Okay, for the pros and cons. The cons are, like the rest of them in the single packaging, there's no accessories. You get an extra pair of hands. That should be guaranteed. No lightning effects with Raiden. Come on. That's a huge con. He looks decent, but he doesn't look like Mortal Kombat 2. He looks like more of Mortal Kombat 11, and it looks like it may be a reuse from the McFarlane figures from Mortal Kombat 11 if you look at the face like we talked about earlier. But those are my cons. The pros are, if you're looking at the figure and you're not trying to compare it to the game or anything, it looks pretty decent. It's okay. The paint scheme is not bad. The articulation is okay. But overall for the figure, for me, a 4 out of 10. Let me know what you rate it. And you guessed it, you can get it at McFarlaneToystore.com. Just check out McFarlaneToystore.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.